2 weeks later, the protesting over unpaid wages started. Now, this giant construction project not only has the attention of the FBI, but of the United States Secretary of Labor, Alexander Acosta. To save your life and the lives of those around you, if you do any of the 4 Ds while driving, which are drunk, drugged, drowsy, and even distracted, you can prepare to be arrested. Adopting a cat is low maintenance in more than just one way. Most of these cats are already spayed and neutered. These military men are about to hop on these helicopters and go back to Guam after a week-long training exercise here on the island. As Saipan struggles to retain qualified workers, the CNMI still has no resolution to the cap for CW visas. A popular tourist shopping spot is one of the latest businesses dealing with a lack of workforce. And right now, a man is in jail after attacking another man with a machete. After a violent attack at an up-and-coming restaurant on the north end of the island, community members in the normally quiet San Roque are now speaking out. In sports, Palacios Field needs a new plate because these guys wore it out. Stay with us, these stories and more are coming up next. Feared missing for the last 3 days, a man who was residing on the island was located safe and sound. 46-year-old Constant Bautista was last seen this Tuesday. Today, new information is coming to light about unpaid Chinese workers in the CNMI. And one human rights advocate is accusing Governor Torres of not being truthful in a Senate hearing last week.
800 pieces of good luck so far, and you've had one.
I've had, you know what, I'm here sitting with
That's
you.
like
so
the whole thing
two,
is considered lucky.
2 pieces of good luck. Jackie, have you ever ridden a canoe before?
I haven't, but I've always wanted to.
Well, you're in for a sweet surprise coming up. We're going to show you a one-of-a-kind canoe coming to the Marianas. It was really cool seeing all of them become naturalized. Many of them said the same thing. It was hard to leave their old country behind, but they're excited to come to America.
Well, I'm happy for them. Good for them.
Yeah, it's exciting. Well, lots of people on social media had a lot to say too. Here's what they are saying right now on Twitter specifically. This is talking about how you're going to pay for it. Visa, MasterCard, or is that a kidney?
I think I need my kidney.
I know. How many cards do you go through, you know?
I'm down to about a pack a day.
That's a serious issue you have to work on.
I used to be up to 3 packs a day.
Now there is some euthanasia happening, but there's not enough spade and neutering happening. Is that what you'd say the problem is?
Yeah, that's the problem, because you can't kill all the dogs.
They're definitely crazy, so I told them they need to think of a cheer about pizza, and they can be our Little Caesars fan of the game. So let's hear it, you guys.
I like pizza, yes I do. I like pizza, how about you?
I love pizza, yes I do. I love pizza, how about you? I've had these kids try to explain to me what the Battle of the Rock is, but I have a bunch of rocks in my backyard they can have if they really want them. I have Natalie Winward and Nathan Osterstock here. We're going to start with Natalie. Natalie, you play varsity soccer, and you have a great track record. You've scored 8 goals so far this year, and you had a really rough time last year, though, and you came back to kind of kill it and be your team captain. Tell us about what happened last year. That's exciting. Well, congratulations. We want to present you with the award from Cyprus Credit Union. This is Chase, a representative from Cyprus. We're going to talk with him real quick. Chase, tell us a little bit about this award and why you guys supply it to these awesome students.
It's everywhere. You know, I dove Lau, it's just going across a white field like a ski slope, like they said. Grotto's the same thing.
From colorful coral to bone-white skeletons, the CNMI is experiencing coral bleaching on levels it's never seen before.
And it's just white everywhere. So no matter where you go, it's white.
Harry Blaylock has lived and worked in Saipan for 21 years. Currently, he runs a dive shop called Axe Murderer Tours. Blaylock says in all of his years in Saipan, he's never seen coral bleaching like this.
Half to 3/4 are pure white. There's nothing, no pigment left on them, no brown, no pink, no purple, just solid white.
He isn't the only one taking notice of our less colorful ocean.
Right now we're getting reports from all over the place. We're seeing bleaching pretty much everywhere.
Liza Johnston is the coral reef ecologist and technical advisor for the BECQ and has been for the last 4 years. She says previously our islands to the north were getting hit hard with warmer waters while we were in a pocket of cooler water. Now, however, warmer water has encompassed our island along with Tinian and Rhoda, and the outlook isn't good for our dying coral.
They can recover if the waters cool down, but if it stays warm they have a high likelihood of dying.
Johnston is hopeful this is the worst of it, but the damage is widespread and she doesn't know the full scope of it quite yet.
We're going to be doing a bunch of surveys in the next couple months because we think we're at the peak of the event right now.
People good. I'm so happy.
After being rescued by the United States Coast Guard with the Department of Public Safety Boating Safety Division, 66-year-old Remus Malaysia recounts his story of being lost at sea.
I am emotional because long time I was at sea, 137 days.
That's 4.5 months lost at sea. Malaysia's satellite phone broke when he was sailing near Fiji, and that's the last contact he had until this morning at 2 a.m. when his radio, which still worked, was able to contact the United States Coast Guard. He says sailing from Fiji was very difficult. His mainsail broke, so he used a plain white sheet to jerry-rig his boat against the current.
To sail from Fiji to north, very, very difficult, because I want to go north. It's not easy sailing because not current, current me pushing all the time to Solomon Island or Papua New Guinea.
Right.
I don't want, I want to go north,
He says his trip would have been easier, but he wanted to go north to Saipan because, well, he's never been here before.
Saipan, I end up because Saipan is close to Japan. I have never been. I want to see Saipan because I quote a lot of news, a lot of things, a lot of books. I read a very beautiful island.